Welcome to another episode of the Burritos and Coffee podcast. This is just a solo episode, just kind of summing up the previous week, and also so the viewers can kind of get to know me a little bit more as time goes on. So last week I interviewed Brian and Gabby. The Brian's episode, it just involved me doing something very simple. I decided to just do an audio version of it to see how that would go. And it went really well. We ended up talking about our favorite kind of music, including what makes an artist mainstream. While Gabby's episode was a video recording, and we talked, there's a two-parter actually. The first part was mainly about her YouTube channel, Cherry Noodles, and Vans, as well as just kind of like what happens in college. And the second part is actually a more in-depth view of college and her major, as well as the documentary OMG GMOs, which is actually really good, and it's on Netflix. You should definitely give it a watch. When it comes to audio recording and video recording, I'm much more comfortable with audio, mainly because I just put like my iPod down on the floor or on a table and we just talk. And then all I really have to do is just listen to our voices as I put it on YouTube. But the thing with video is it makes me really uncomfortable to watch because I actually have to look at it, and it's weird because I don't see myself having a conversation. I see myself in a conversation while staring at all my insecurities. And it's kind of made me want to change a few things about my appearance and the way people perceive me. So I decided as a New Year's resolution to lose 10 pounds, which has been my resolution for a while now. But the first week has always gone well, but after that it's always just like everyone else. You just stop doing it, you just stop caring, you burn out. So I decided the only way I feel that I'm actually going to be able to do this is if I challenge myself and I make myself feel even more uncomfortable. So that's why I'm putting this on the podcast. That way, no matter what, I have to work out at least 3 times a week, have a decent breakfast, eat lunch, and dinner. I barely do any of those things. Most days I don't have lunch or breakfast, and if I do have lunch, it's very small, and then dinner is barely anything too. And then, I have to eat better, and I gotta work out, and then what I'm gonna do that is by doing this, by telling people I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna have to do it as this continues. And just to kind of motivate myself and to just show everyone that watches this that I'm actually doing this, every time I have a solo podcast like this one, I'm just gonna take a little bit of time and talk about what I did or what I'm going through or the changes I've made, or just kind of to show the honest path of trying to lose weight, because no matter what, no one sees it. Like when Chris Pratt went from Andy from Parks and Rec all the way to Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, no one really saw his first month or so of him getting out of bed, running, and lifting weights and changing his diet. We saw the finished product, and I want to make a timeline from point A to point B and show people that what's going on when people decide to make that kind of change, to lose weight, to eat better, to live a happier life. There's a lot of changes that's never really captured, and with this I'm going to capture that. So I guess that's the serious business side of the podcast. I want to talk about musical artists that I've been listening to for a while, and I really want more people to listen to him. And so his name is Yellow Wolf. He is a rapper from Alabama, and he is signed to Shady Records and Interscope Records. One of his albums is Yellow Wolf, Trunk Music. The next one would be Yellow Wolf, Trunk Music 0 to 60. After that, he had Trunk Music Returns. which is a mixtape. It's not on iTunes. And then he had Radioactive, and which then brings us to his most recent album, Love Story. Love Story is just an amazing album. It has so. His first ever album was called Arena Rap EP, which combined rap, rock, and to me personally like a bluegrass kind of feel. And he brings that back with Love Story. So there's a lot of, it's like rap, but there's also kind of like a country mix, and there's also rock and roll and kind of jazz, as well as bluegrass. And it's combined so well. And I don't feel a lot of people like heard it or appreciate it, and I want to bring it to light. And if you don't want to listen to the whole album, I completely understand. So I'm just going to give you like 3 of my favorite songs on the album, which is American You, Empty Bottles, and Johnny Cash. So, listen to those. They're really great, and next time he's live, I would tell you to totally go see him. I saw him live last summer, and he had Travis Barker there with him, which was like really cool. And this band called Hillbilly Casino opened up for him, and they're also really good too. And I'm hoping that like me telling this, people will listen to Yellow Wolf and Hillbilly Casino, and maybe listen to music they never thought they listened to before. And maybe as that progresses, other people will also listen, and then maybe more and more people will become slightly more open-minded about the music they listen to, or willing to talk about the music they listen to without any judgments. And with that, that's just kind of a small goal. I'm putting that out in the universe, and hopefully someone will pick it up. Before I end this podcast, the Burritos and Coffee Challenge. It's as simple but as difficult as it gets. And I'm going to do it too, and I'll talk about it, how I did it next week as well. The challenge is just compliment someone. Anybody. It doesn't matter. Just you see someone with like, I don't know, a nice hat, a nice sweatshirt, pair of shoes, just go, oh hey, I really like your shoes. And just see what happens. And then, I don't know, like see how you feel, or see how the other person reacted. And if you do it, it'd be really cool if you left a comment on this episode talking about your experience on the YouTube channel, or my Instagram page, and the Instagram page and the YouTube page are Burritos and Coffee Podcast. And you know what? Have a good rest of the day. Alright, I'm out. Thanks, guys.